Hey, Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, then you're probably on YouTube doing a bit of research on how to quit your job, okay? So you hate your job, you want to find different options, on what else you can do aside from being in a 9-to-5 day job. A lot of people, want to figure out alternatives, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that over the next few minutes, okay? Hey there, my name is Aaron Chen. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I'm an online entrepreneur. I've been online for 9 years. But 8 of those 9 years though failed really miserably, made a lot of mistakes in my business, really paid for them, and had to really figure out how to make my business work. Over the last year though, generated over 1,000 sales in my business, so well on my way to doing some pretty amazing things, okay? And I wanted to share some of those stories and strategies and what I've learned over the last 9 years of being online, being in business, and generating an income on the side, okay, aside from my job. And so, one of the main reasons I got into business in the first place was to quit my job, okay? And so I don't think there's anyone better that can kind of, give you some ideas on how you can actually do this and how you can quit your job than me, right? Because that's exactly the reason why I started my business in the first place, okay? But before we talk about the strategies, I want to cover a couple of things, right? First of all, if you want to quit your job, you need to ask yourself why. Right? Why is it that you want to quit your job, okay? Because based on the reason why will really, your strategy is going to be very different based on the reason why you want to quit your job. Do you want to quit your job because you hate your boss? Do you want to quit your job because you don't want to be tied to a single company and you don't like waking up every morning at 6 a.m. and getting changed and then jamming all the way to the office and working for someone else, or is it because you don't like what you do but actually you don't really mind working a 9-to-5 job? I mean, there's so many different reasons why you want to quit your job, right? Or do you just want to quit your job because you hate working in general, okay? So the truth is that if you want to quit your job because you hate working in general and you want to be a lazy bum and you don't want to do anything at all, then this video isn't going to help you, unfortunately, okay? I wish it could, but we all want to be millionaires and do nothing, right? I would say that the best thing you should do is just buy lottery tickets every day, because that's the only way that you will ever be able to quit your job and not do anything and just live off millions of dollars, is if you win a lottery, which is pretty much impossible, right? We all know that. The chances of winning in the lottery are like, 1 in a million. So even if you bought lottery tickets every single day for the rest of your life, the chances that you're gonna win is 1 in a million, okay? So it's highly unlikely, right? So you need to ask yourself why you want to quit your job, right? If you want to quit your job because maybe you don't enjoy going to the office every single day, or you don't like the idea of being tied to a single company, or you don't like the idea that someone has control over your financial future, then that's very, very different, okay? If that's the case, then the real option that you have is to build a business. Because if you build a business, that way you have a side income, or you have another income stream that's coming to you every single month, and you can then use that income stream to basically fund your life and your lifestyle, right? And that's the reason that I wanted to quit my job in the first place. It was because I wanted to I didn't like the idea of being tied to a company. I wanted to be able to travel the world and do my own, live my life basically however I wanted to. I wanted to live life on my own terms, and I wanted to still have an income on the side, coming in, on autopilot no matter what. And I wanted to create automation in my business, use technology and software and stuff like that to automate a very big part of it, so that I didn't have to be there all the time. Okay, now was I scared of doing work? Absolutely not. Okay, I'm all about working hard, right? If you need to work 18 hours a day to get to your goals, then I'm all for it, right? Because the only way that you're truly going to generate a side income that's going to allow you to do the things that you want and travel the world and do the things that you want with the people that you want, the only way you can do that is if you work your butt off. Okay, there's no two ways about it, unfortunately, right? But once you do that and you build a foundation, okay, and you've got it running to a certain point where it's doing certain things for you, then you can automate a lot of stuff. Then you can systematize a lot of your business, and you don't always have to be there, okay? But you have to build that foundation, and you have to put in the time. in order to do that, right? Now, if you're interested in doing that, then you know, over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk to you about some of the strategies that you can actually use and some of the businesses that you can actually do to actually, you know, make that a reality. Okay, but if you're looking for, you know, quick fix or whatever, then I'm sorry, then this really isn't the business for you, because, or this isn't the video for you, because doing that is impossible, right? The only way you can do that, like I said earlier, is buying a lottery ticket. All right, otherwise you got to work for it. Yeah. So if you're fine with hard work, you get it. Okay, you're not scared of taking action, you're not scared of rolling up your sleeves, then the next few minutes is you know, is really going to help you out. Okay, so what I highly recommend first and foremost is to build an online business, right? You don't really want to build an offline business. You don't want to build a brick and mortar business, because the brick and mortar business is highly expensive. It's going to require tons of capital, and you probably don't have, you know, $100,000 or $200,000 lying around in your bank account, right? Give me 1 second, guys. Because if you did, then you probably wouldn't need, you know, the advice that I'm going to give you right now. And most people, unfortunately, don't have $100,000 or $300,000 lying around. Okay, if you did, it's going to help you a lot. But if you don't, then, you know, you can start an online business for relatively little money, I would say. Okay, yes, you still have to invest a little bit of money in your business, even though it's online, because, you know, like any business, any real business, whether it's online or offline, requires certain things to get it started, right? So if you're trying to start an online business, it doesn't matter what kind of business you're starting. It doesn't matter if it's an e-commerce business. It doesn't matter if it's affiliate marketing and you're trying to resell physical goods or digital products. It doesn't matter if you're doing a network marketing or MLM online. It doesn't matter if you're you know, doing some sort of push button software type of business. They all require certain things. Okay, first of all, you need a website, okay, or you need a sales funnel. In order to build that sales funnel, you need a very powerful funnel building software, right? So that's the first thing. So you can use something like ClickFunnels to do that. The second thing that you need is you need a way to follow up with the leads that you're going to generate. Okay, all online businesses require lead generation, right? And when you generate a lead, you must be able to follow up with your prospects. What do you do to follow up with your prospects? You need a very powerful automated email system that's called an autoresponder. Okay, a good autoresponder that you can use, well, there's two. You can use GetResponse or Aweber. Now, there are lots of other different ones in the marketplace. There's probably like, I don't know, 50 or 100 out there. Okay, but good ones to start with that are relatively inexpensive but are solid are Aweber and GetResponse. Okay, all of the resources are below this video, by the way, if you want to check it out. Okay, another thing that you need if you want to start an online business is you need something to sell. Okay, you need an offer, what we call an offer, right? Or you need a product or a service. Now, there are two things that you can do here. You can either create your own product and sell a digital product online, right? But unfortunately, you probably can't do that right now because you don't have the knowledge to do that. You can do that later on. Another alternative is to do affiliate marketing, where you borrow someone else's product and you remarket it online. Okay, this is called affiliate marketing. Now, there are a couple of affiliate marketing marketplaces that you can go to. You can go to marketplaces like ClickBank, or you can check out one called JVZoo. Okay, I teach you how to do this in some of my other videos, but very easy. You just go to ClickBank, you grab a product and you remarket it. Okay, so these are some of the basic things that you need in order to be successful online. Oh, I should also mention that you need a tracking system, okay? Because if you don't know where your sales are coming from, then you may as well, you know, wear a blindfold, turn around, you know, 100 times and kind of walk in the dark. You're never going to be able to be profitable because you don't know where your profit is coming from. Does that make sense? Yeah? I mean, it's pretty simple stuff, right? So if you're not willing to invest in the basic things that make up an online business, then I'm sorry, but you're not going to be successful. You have no business being in business, okay? But if you're okay with doing that and you got a little bit of seed money and you understand that business requires a little bit of investment, then I would say that the best thing to do to get started is to start some sort of online business. Why? Because it's relatively inexpensive. You can get started straight away, okay? And you can scale that thing like a mofo, okay, as they say, right? You can scale it like crazy. That means that you can build a business from anywhere in the world. You can be, you know, you can be in China, you can be in the US, you can be in Malaysia, you could be in Thailand, you could be in Scotland, you could be in Canada. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can build an international business because the internet is international. There are no borders, right? Now, once you figure out how to turn $1 into $2, okay, that means you've got a positive ROI and you've figured out how to do that, then all you need to do is you need to start spending more money on advertising so that you can scale your business to infinity. All right, that's exactly how it works. Once you understand how to be profitable, all you do is you crank up your ad budget, okay, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook or Google, okay, and then all of a sudden your ad, you can just scale to infinity, and that's how you really make a lot of money. And that's kind of how it works, and that's why you see a lot of people having, you know, what you call overnight success, right? But by the way, they're not really having overnight success because there's no such thing, okay? But, you know, when people say that they've had overnight success, it's basically like 5 years in the making, and then all of a sudden they explode, right? It's 8 years in the making, and then all of a sudden they explode. So when they see, you know, people all of a sudden having success and they call it an overnight success, it's not really overnight. It's just you haven't seen them, you haven't seen them do the 1,000 push-ups or, you know, the 1,000 videos that they have uploaded to YouTube until now, because now they're finally breaking through, okay? So there's no such thing as overnight success. It's just you don't see all the hard work that people put in before, right? But the truth is that when somebody figures it out, online especially, you can really take that business from zero to, like, you know, $100,000, $1 million in a very, very short period of time. I'm talking months, you know, not years, okay? Once you figure it out. But to figure it out, it takes a little bit of time, okay? So building an online business is probably your best thing in order to get to a stage where you're generating consistent income so that you can quit your job. I'm gonna give you a few tips here though, right? If you want to quit your job, don't do it until you've got a consistent income every single month from your business, okay? If you quit your job too soon, but you haven't really figured out your online business, you're gonna be in big trouble, because what's gonna happen is basically that's what happened to me, right? I started building my business, I had savings, I was doing it concurrently at the same time, and I thought to myself, well, I've got enough savings in my bank account, I'm gonna just quit my job and I'm gonna be able to figure this thing out, okay? But what happened was, so I quit my job, right? And this was back in 2009, and I built my business 100% online, at home, for 3 years. Okay, so I was doing it concurrently with my job for probably about 6 to 12 months, right? So I was doing it full-time on my own for 2 years, I should say, yeah? And I had some successes, I made some big sales, figured a lot of stuff out, got really good at generating traffic. But the problem I had was I couldn't generate a positive ROI consistently. Okay, that's the problem that you're gonna have. That's the problem that most people have online. They can't figure out how to be profitable on a consistent basis. That means every single day, month to month, generating profit consistently, right? Until you figure that out, do not quit your job. Because what happened to me was, I got to a point where I basically burned through all of my savings. Okay, I made money as well, but because I was spending more money than I was earning, after 3 years, I had no more money in my bank account, okay? And then I had to go and put on my suit again, right? And then I had to find a job again, which really sucked, okay? So make sure that that doesn't happen to you, right? So if you're thinking of quitting before your business is truly successful, don't do it. Okay, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna have to go back to the workforce and it's gonna suck big time, okay? What I recommend you do instead is keep working your day job and then hustle when you're not at work, okay? So from 7 p.m. to midnight, you should be working on your side hustle. You should be working on your online business, okay? Up until you get to a stage where you're doing well and you're generating consistent income and you know what you're doing. That means you know exactly what you did to turn $1 into $2. That's the only time where you should actually quit your job, okay? Until then, don't do it, all right? Stay in your day job. I know it sucks, right? But just keep doing it and keep, doing the side hustle, keep building it on the side until you become profitable and until you know what you're doing, okay? If you're generating a couple of sales here and there and you're fluking it but you don't really know why it's happening, don't quit your job, okay? You don't want to do that, because trust me, it's going to be a big mistake. It's just easier to stay in your job than to sort of break that consistency and then have to try and find a job. It's really bad for your morale, and it's very unlikely that you're going to continue with your business, okay? What else? I would say that's pretty much it, okay? If you're really serious about quitting your job, then I would say this is the best strategy to do it. There's no real other way to do it aside from winning the lottery, because up until the point where you've got something of your own that you can control, okay, and that you can automate 100% and systematize and use technology to reduce the amount of time that you have to spend on your business, there's no real other way that you can quit your job, you know? The only other way is to be a bum, is to quit your job and not make any money and be a bum and you know, live on welfare, which I'm sure you don't really want to do, right? That's really not the point of this, you know, this conversation, right? So, you know, if you've never thought of starting a business, I would say that you should think about it, because it's definitely, you know, a really cool thing to do, and it's very rewarding once you figure it out, okay? And I would say that, you know, being in control of your own money and being able to generate, you know, a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth income, multiple streams of income is something that's really cool. You know, just making money from your day job and your paycheck every single month is not great, you know, because anything can happen to your job. You know, I don't know what kind of job you're working right now, but most jobs are not foolproof, right? It depends on what happens with the economy. You could be in a great job today and you could lose it tomorrow. You never know, right? But the beauty about, you know, building your own business, especially online, is that, sorry, it's so dark, I'm actually going you know, underneath a tunnel, but the great thing about building a business online is that because you're tapping into multiple markets, right? You're not just building a business in the US or in Australia or in Asia. You're doing an international business. You're gonna have customers from all over the world. So if something goes wrong in the US, it doesn't matter, because you've got people in China buying your stuff. Or if something happens in Australia, then it doesn't matter. Then, you know, Asia is still booming, right? And you're gonna have people in Asia still buying your stuff, right? So it doesn't really matter what's going on in the world. When you have an online business, you're still gonna always be able to generate income. And that's why it's such a cool thing to be able to have some sort of internet marketing business, okay? So let me know what you thought in the comments below, right? Does that sound a little bit more realistic? You know, does that sound like something that, you know, you want to do, and you know, you're driven to build your own business, but maybe you don't know how, okay? Well, I want to show you how to do that, okay? So if you want to learn exactly how I did it, how I grew my online business, how I failed for 8 years but figured out a lot of things over the last 12 months, and how I, you know, turned my business into a very profitable business, I want to show you how to do that. I actually take you by the hand step by step and show you how I built out my affiliate marketing business, because it can be extremely complicated if you don't know what you're doing. But if you know what you're doing, it's actually pretty simple, okay? It's about understanding certain you know, things that you have to do online in a very specific way, and if you have that formula, it's actually pretty easy, okay? So I want to show you how to do that if that's what you want to do, okay? So to get access to that information, all you have to do is click on the link right below this video. There's a little link right there. Go ahead and click on that. That's my link, and then it's going to send you to another page where it's going to show you the exact business that I'm a part of, and then check your emails, because I'm going to send you a little bit of training on how to do that via email, okay? And that's all free, okay? So you can check it out there. So yeah, go ahead and do that if you want. And if you want to get a little bit more information like this, I'm constantly releasing videos like this, so I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is click on the red button below. Please subscribe, and you know, I'm always coming up with cool videos like this, not just on you know, ideas about quitting your business, but more ideas specifically about how to actually build your business online, okay? So whether it's about email marketing, or it's about, you know, how to generate traffic, or, you know, whatever it is, when it comes to online marketing, I want to show you how to do that, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video today. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I hope to speak to you soon on a training very soon. Take care.